Why do I care so much about taking my son hunting? I was that little kid not too long ago. I was the little girl of a home broken by hundreds of miles, broken by a state line, broken by a love not destined to last. I was the little girl that had a dad that would drive all through the night so that he just might have his daughter by his side at daylight. Daylight in a homemade blind nestled in the Quakies. Bugles piercing the crisp, cool air. My sister and I pulling each other's hair, making Dad as angry as an awakened bear. Away the elk would run, well worth it for that much fun. My mother's gypsy soul would take me everywhere. State to state, school to school, none of which close to Dad, none of which too far, none of which an excuse. Just more miles he would drive for one more blind sit with his little girl. Dad's wealth wasn't measured by a dime, but rather his time. His heart made of pure gold. All year long, he would save money he didn't have, just to take his girls on a special hunt, like the one to Africa that ended rather blunt. Of the countless new animals we saw on that trip, one could have gladly been avoided. An unseen greater plan. Septic, a foreign poison entering the body, causing its own self-destruction. Poison from an 8-legged enemy. Hours of misery by plane. Destination? ICU, back in the States. Months of unwanted hospital stays. Complete kidney failure. Blood type? Rare. Destination? Donor waiting list. A list Dad was found at the bottom of. Donors are better fit for someone of youth. Someone with a better chance of survival. But this someone is my dad. The first man to ever have my heart. The first man to love me unconditionally from the start. Years of dialysis, years of questioning why, years of life never being the same before the spider from Africa took the dad that I knew. An all-time low for my family. At this lowest point, I found the second man to have my heart, the second to love me unconditionally. Our marriage brought to Dad a son he never had. Then Dad turns into Grandpa, the third little man to have my heart, the third to bring an unconditional love, a positive light for Dad when needed the most. Between dialysis treatments, Grandpa gets to enjoy September like never before. His grandson raised no differently than his little girl. My opportunity to pass the tradition, to continue the legacy, to pay back all the mountain time Dad invested in his little girl. It's not about the elk we may or may not scare, much more about enjoying the cool fall air. Laughing and smiling, everlasting memories. Thankful for one more September. September together. A far superior medicine than any treatment. Certainly better than 7 years on a waiting list. Stop waiting. Enjoy what and who we have now. Thank you for one more September with the men who stole my heart. A journey generations from the start. So why do I care so much about taking my son hunting? Maybe now you know.